Welcome to Conversations with Lauren and Ali, where we bridge all things in the spiritual and human experience.
This is a space where raw honesty meets higher truth, where personal stories open doors to deeper self-awareness, and where the messy, magical journey of being human is honoured as a sacred path of awakening. So, take a breath, get cozy, and join us in today's conversation.
Ancestral stuff's like, it's good. And I'm like, I'm blessed in the sense of I get to do this and I get to clear it and be aware of it. But I'm tired. I'm
Yeah.
tired. And I just don't want the physical. It's paternal stuff this morning that popped up, like to the point where now I was waking up and I could hear a male voice and I knew it wasn't like in
Yeah.
my outside my house.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it just feels so heavy on the right side of my body. Like even here, like my eye feels droopy. Like I just want to close my eyes because I'm tired. I don't know about you, but the dreams are like,
Dreams, yeah.
it's intense. And anyway, so I worked with it and I've worked with them. And theoretically, I think I've cleared it, but there must be something else. And then I had some other things I needed to do. Um and I was having a moment of being like and it's pretty cool, right? What we do and what we access and what we're connecting to is just so cool. But sometimes it's hard to be a human, and I think because I'm tired, I feel just really I'm a bit emotional.
Yeah.
I think because it's just like, oh, guys, give me a break. Like, and I'm trying to be in this. It's not just that. It's not just that too. I think I'm trying to be in this state where I'm not overwhelmed and where I'm able to move through things with more presence and more present in this.
Yeah.
And so I can feel there are parts of me that want to like just lose their shit, or just go, this is too much and check out. And I'm trying to hold myself in that, if that makes sense. Like, and I think it's this kind of stuff, isn't it, that becomes a little exhausting because you're constantly showing up for yourself and trying to make the best choices that you can. And then tapping into um yeah, whatever. And I know that in clearing what I'm clearing through my lineages, it's only helping me do this because this morning what was coming up was this inability to, um, like getting frustrated with like not being able to make right decisions, not being able to have not have a choice, like having to choose the most acceptable alternative or like settling type energy. Um, and also therefore that came with this feeling of wanting doing that for because wanting to be accepted or wanting to be validated, approved, or loved, whatever the feeling was, because I'm dealing with like 70 generations odd, and sometimes this is going back so far. I'm like, am I making this up? Like, is this even possible? um and So yeah, sorry, I just feel like it just feels like a weight on me at the moment. But I know that that's just because that's what's clearing through this morning,
Yeah.
um and needs to clear.
Yeah. I can see on your right side that it's like, I just got to chill. It, like spikes, like they're golden, like it's not a bad thing, but the energy is completely amplified on your entire right hand side. No, you're not making it up.
Thank you.
No, it is. And yes, it is possible to do what you're doing. So don't even say those
Mm,
words. But yeah, the energy is so amplified on your right hand side.
mm.
It's like it's visible almost to my like physical eyes. Yeah.
Well, I felt when I kind of addressed the particular ancestor and then that line, because it was like, as I said, 70 something generations. Um, I saw this sort of angelic presence come forward, and I just heard it was Archangel Gabriel, and I sort of went with that because it's like okay.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me feel emotional. Just like trying to help me, like, and trying to soothe and trying to support my body. And it was a lot of golden white light as well. Because it's like I can't, if you guys want me to do what I'm being asked to do and just show up in the way that like I'm doing the best that I can do. So I need that help and that support as well. But I think it's just because I'm tired, like when I mean, I think everybody gets a little emotional when they're tired as well. Um, and my mind is telling me this story that I need a break, that I need that I haven't had a break, and it's actually not true. It isn't true, but it's just such a like a wrestle within myself. It's like I think I said to you previously, I had this feeling of wanting to step off the merry-go-round. It's not even that. It's just it's different to that this time, but I can feel it's just a story. It's just and as I'm processing it as I speak to you, I feel the paternal line kind of saying where they have to keep going. Like it's like we have to keep, we can be bone tired and we have to keep striving towards something or um, doing something. Um,
Mm, but it's not your story, it's their story. Like that's what's dropping in when I heard you say, I know it's just a
mm,
story. It's not yours. That is their story. That's not your story. Let that go because that's like you're handing over a book.
mm.
It's not yours. And it's almost like they're coming forward to hand that book to you, that story to you, so that you can file it away in your Akashic records or wherever you need to file it away.
I just snapped it over my knee. I
Ah,
don't know why I just saw myself like,
badass. Have you ever spoken to Hathor?
yeah,
I can see she's at the beginning when you before you said Archangel Gabriel, I was like, I could see Hathor standing behind you.
yeah, yeah. She stepped forward. What month are we in? July. She stepped forward in June,
Mm-hmm.
and I had never like I mean I love her and I connect to her, but I had never been sort of drawn to work with her. But she had was like, no, like I'm in as one of my sort of main overriding guides, and it's followed into this month. So
Oh, well,
yeah,
yeah, because she's not someone that I'm overly familiar with. Same, I haven't
no,
with her
yeah.
personally, or she's floated in and out or whatever. I'm not even overly familiar with her energy so much, but she's very much standing behind you. Yeah. And I feel like when you said that it was Archangel Gabriel, that energy that was being I could see and being amplified on your right hand side was that energy.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's that's why I say I know I've done what I needed to do there, but it's still obviously physically, and I know this too because I say this to people all the time. When you're dealing with the ancestral stuff, the body doesn't always shift that straight away. Like it obviously takes time to catch up. And when you're talking about, like as I said, it was over 70 generations above me. So that's a lot, right? And so I'm not expecting it to clear physically straight away, but I think it was just and probably because I know I was coming into this space with you and it was like, here is a soft place to land.
Yeah.
I know we spoke a little bit about this last week of holding of each other. Um, and so maybe it's just that feeling as well. I feel like I've just dumped it on you and I
Oh,
apologize, but
no,
it
you
kind of feels like not you actually. I haven't dumped it on you. I've put it into the
have.
space. But it kind of feels like it was a soft place for me just to land and just to be in that because I think that we can hold ourselves and I know I can hold myself and I have been. Um, but it's actually nice to have a little bit of the also your just validating that as well was just a bit of reassurance I think of like okay we'll stop chasing that story you're making this up or that it's not real um and almost just to let it be for a moment. I actually feel how now you've said about Hathor, I can feel her presence, and I'm just going to let it all go, and I'm just going to let them help me and hold me. And know that I'm also unpicking the story that I've carried around my inner masculine energy, I suspect, because that's something I've always wrestled with, is about making the right decision for myself. And I've always overthought things. Um, I've either made a snap decision or I've sat on it so long I've made no decision. So there's something obviously about that. And also, I've had such an interesting week with um, using different things and being more myself in settings that I wouldn't normally be. And I'm now kind of seeing perhaps how this is weaving all together as well about me being accepted, um, or liked or approved of, or whatever it is. One significant piece was in my corporate work. Um, we had this meeting because there's a new sort of senior level person, and they gathered two teams together. So it was about 20, 25 of us there, and over morning tea. And it was that usual thing of like, go around the room and talk about who you are.
Oh, I hate.
And we all roll our eyes because we all don't like it, but it's still a thing that goes,
Anyway.
right? That she says, and I want you to share something that nobody here knows about you.
Ooh.
And so immediately I go into contraction because it's bad enough that because I keep a really low profile. I
Yeah.
do keep a really low profile in there. And so it's bad enough that I'm having to come up with like my little bio in the corporate sense. um, but then I have to share something because the immediate thought that comes to me is you've got nothing to share. Like there's nothing special about you. Do you know what I mean? It was so interesting. It was so interesting. Anyway, I feel my higher self say, you need to tell them that you're passionate about Reiki energy. Like I used Reiki because that's something I knew they would know.
Yeah.
Reiki energy work, kinesiology,
Yeah.
something like that. And I'm sitting there going, no, I'm not. I can't say that. What are you talking about? And they start going, and I'm like the fourth, fifth person in, so I don't even have a lot of time to think about it. Um, and maybe that was a good thing.
Yeah.
But it was like, no, this is what, because I'm thinking to myself, okay, can I make something up? What can I make up? Because nobody needs to know it's not true. Long story short, I said my piece and then I just said, look, something that no one here probably knows about me, because the people I was speaking to would not have had a clue, because I've only been working with them a short period of time. I said that I'm really passionate about spirituality, in particular, working with energy, Reiki, kinesiology. And I said that's what I love to do when I'm not here. And immediately everyone was like, oh my gosh,
Oh,
what? That's awesome. Someone yells out, are you a Reiki master? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, oh. And the lady sitting next to me, who is in my team, but I just haven't had a big connection with, she just grabbed my arm and she's like, oh my gosh. She said, I have been looking for somebody to go to, but I haven't been able to like quite trust the unknown of who the person is. And she was like, I need to come and see you. So I ended up having a conversation with her afterwards. And the long and the short of it was, it felt like, and I said this to her because of a series of events that she was talking about that happened for her that morning, and she wasn't even going to come in. And she came in, and then we ended up walking into this room. We ended up sitting next to each other, which we wouldn't normally do because, And I said, I said, I was scared to say that. And I said, I kept getting pushed to say it. And I said to her, I think I needed to say it as much for me as it was for you. Because I said, we obviously needed to have that connection because her and I would never have had that conversation otherwise.
yeah.
Anyway, that's just one example of like some things that are happening this week, which are um, kind of drawing me out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so I feel as though, I mean, just even in that moment, I could have ignored that, that the intuition coming, the guidance coming in. I could have ignored it and done anything. Um, but I'm now recognizing, even in that moment, how I still chose to speak from my heart, um, even knowing, even knowing that I wouldn't necessarily be accepted. You know what I mean? Like, because
Oh,
people have such divisive, and you know, the environment I'm in, people do are very opinionated. And that's not a bad thing. They just are. And there's been experiences in years gone by where I've heard people sort of slamming Reiki energy work, the woo-woo, the whatnot, which is what has also led me to go, okay, I need to keep a lid on this. I only sort of shared it with a few trusted people. And there's one particular person who I really respected, and I heard him saying this, and immediately, like it was like a knife to my heart, because it was like, well, you don't know me at all. I thought you knew me, and you don't know me at all. Because yeah, and so I think that this ancestral piece, now that I'm speaking it aloud to you, maybe just sort of tying in whatever um, has been moving through.
yes, yes. And again, it's coming back to you living your story, not your
Mhm.
ancestor's story. You live
Mm.
your story and putting it out there, putting your storybook out there for everybody to say, hey, you know what? Fuck it. This is who I am. And see how when you, oh, I love that story. See how when you, like you said, speak from your heart, you share who you authentically are, you give other people permission to do the same. Do you know what I mean? Not
Mhm.
you're giving them permission. They feel comfortable. They feel inspired to go, oh my God, like me too, you know, or
Yeah.
it's so, so powerful. And I'm so proud of you for doing that, because that would have been really hard. It's another
Mm.
layer, like a visibility layer that's been
Mhm.
shifted in a big way to be in that environment, like a corporate environment where you know there are people there who who do not believe in this stuff, and you openly said, "This is who
Mm.
I am." Like, hi.
Yeah, there was something so liberating. Like,
Yeah.
even like, I didn't even, I don't know if you ever have this moment where you sometimes will have a vulnerability hangover when you do something like that. I didn't even feel that. It was just like, it's okay. And I could feel the inner child parts of me as well that were on the lookout a little bit. Like, is anyone going to treat me differently? Is anyone going to interact with me differently for the rest of the day? And not like, it was like nobody blinked an eye. And so it felt, which of course they wouldn't. Of course they wouldn't. But I could feel the inner child that was, yeah, really sensitive to people treating her differently. Um, yeah, look, and this is what I was saying to you at the start. Like, it's such a magical, wild ride. Like, it is so, the stuff that's coming up and that's like presenting itself, and I'm moving through it, is so incredible, and it's feeling so exciting. Um, but then yeah, there's just moments like every now and again, like today, where it's like, please, can I just have
Yeah.
a little break? Can I just lay on the
Yeah.
couch all day, or I don't know,
Yeah. Like I've
do something?
I did
Yeah,
sit in that
yeah,
expansion for a bit, but
yeah.
it showed you, like you use the word liberating, like how liberating
Mm,
it, to be like to share from your soul, to share from your heart,
mm,
share
mm,
your authenticity. And yeah, the vulnerability hangover, like that's definitely a thing. It's that after cringe, isn't it? Like, oh
uh-huh.
that, or oh, what are they going to think of me, you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You felt the opposite. You felt the freedom and the liberation, and the sigh of relief of like, yes, this feels good to share this. It
Mm,
feel, and that in itself is growth. That is expansion. Because if, yeah,
yeah,
got that next
yeah.
there, you're like, you know what? I don't even give a fuck anymore. People need to know who I am. It's yeah.
Well, I suppose in a way it's exhausting covering that up, isn't it? If I flip it around and say the other feeling is that sense of relief of like, oh, I don't have to like hide myself. I don't have to hunker down anymore. Um, but yeah, thank you, because I think I just realized as you were speaking then that it's also the first reaction that I've noticed within myself that feels different.
Yeah.
around this. Like there, yeah. I'm really in the feeling of the liberation. I would love to share with you just quickly one last piece to this. That because you mentioned about the visibility. Do you know what all started from this was last weekend? I felt a soul aspect coming forward for integration, and all I heard was the Dark Queen. And there were parts of me that were like, oh, is this what is this? But it was like, no, this is just like she's deep within you. Like she's deep in the shadow, like in the darkness in a sense, not from an evil or low vibration perspective. And I had like I thought of you because my guides told me to go sit in the mirror because I was like, how do I meet her? Like, how do I? Because I could just feel this heaviness. And so they had me sit in front of the mirror. And I remembered you've often spoken about speaking, like even looking at yourself or light language.
Yeah.
And so I had this really powerful um, kind of dropping through of like seeing myself. And then it was like something like not so much physically, but I saw her behind my eyes and I saw that shift and I saw her looking at me curiously. And there was a lot of light language going through. But she shared with me this story of, and she felt galactic and have some connection to Lyra, I think, which is so funny because Lyra, and I've said this to someone else brought this to my attention recently, dear new friend of mine. Um, he said to me about he felt a shared connection of us with at Lyra, and I was like, oh, I've not really connected with that. I've never felt drawn to that. But I know why. It's because I don't want to face whatever it was that was there. That's something that's buried really deep. He brought this forward that she didn't want to come out of hiding. It was not safe to be out of hiding. It was for whatever I can't remember now without going back to because I was sort of taking notes down as we were connecting. But there was something really powerful that shifted when she agreed to come out of hiding and she agreed to and she came and sat on the throne in the sacral energy like in the womb space. um but I feel like I need to bring that forward as an integral piece of this story because I realize when I rewind a little bit the sequence of events that has unraveled this week and there's been others amongst that but they're the key points. um and I don't really know if she's fully on board yet, but she's at least letting me. I think she's the reason I was able to
Yeah.
say that in that environment.
Mhm.
And I think there's probably more to explore with her as I feel into that now. But um, yeah, thank you for allowing me to just to share that and to feel
All right.
into that and just, as I said, be the safe place to land. And I appreciate too you sort of validating some of what I was feeling as well, because that just even like my heart feels lighter already. So thank you.
No, that's
I feel really I feel really blessed that we have this space and friendship and
yeah. Yeah.
I feel yeah, I'm feeling a lot this week. Um
It's your week this week.
yeah. I'm feeling this week such a deeper connection to divine love or unconditional love that I haven't felt before. That it makes me quite emotional too, but not in a sad way, but just in this way of like, oh my gosh, like it really, when I don't even know how to explain it. Just a couple of sessions yesterday, just what was coming through for people as well, and what they were tapping into, and the love and the support, and how held we are by the beings we cannot see.
Mm.
And then we have the people, in our physical world that are doing that as well. And being, I'm just really feeling a deep appreciation for that right now. I
No.
just want to express that to you. Thank
Oh.
you.
Well, I feel the same with you too. And that's what this space is, isn't it? That's what this space is. It goes, I feel like I've been the one that's been tender and vulnerable and a hot mess for the last few weeks. And not that you're a hot mess this week, but it was your turn to, I think it was
Yeah.
really about your turn to let things unravel a little bit. Let things unravel. And I keep seeing that a lot of this has stemmed from your trip away with your family.
Mm-hmm.
The ancestral stuff. I kept seeing, as soon as you started the beginning of this call, I was like, this is part of the reason why Ali went on that holiday with her.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That was like the point where everything started to unravel,
Yes.
really make itself known. That was the start of the process that you're really moving through right now.
Yeah, I agree. I
And
agree.
it's like it's the ancestral stuff, but it's almost like you've moved through that, and then the story you just told about how you spoke at your, in your corporate
Mm-hmm.
work about who you really are. It's like it's now moved to, okay, yeah, I can share my personal story. Like it was ancestral, but now it's
Mm-hmm.
feeling and witnessing the after effects of that, like the positive
Mm-hmm.
after effects of doing that work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, Mum. I know you thought that trip was for you, but it was for me. It was probably for all of us, but
Yeah.
yeah, it was definitely orchestrated on a deeper level.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's
So,
good.
so powerful. So
Mm.
powerful. Mm. It's so funny, right, though, that to think that this I'm talking about this much of my week,
Yeah.
and it's only been a week, and so much has changed and shifted. And I think that some ways I love that we're chronicling our conversations
Yeah.
with more presence, because I feel like this is such an interesting way to see the journey unfolding, and how quickly, when you lean into it, um, you know, I mean, I guess you see when I say, I really want to break and I want to slow down, I keep saying yes. So I could be saying no, because that's what I've done for about 45 years.
Yeah.
Um, but I think this is what happens when you just say yes and you just lean in and you trust. And um,
Mm-hmm.
like we spoke about. I mean, well, that trip was 2 or 3 weeks ago now that I was away. I
Yeah.
think I even said to you, I don't know what it is, but I know this is, and here we are now with some
Yeah.
understanding of that. Having said that, I'm also getting a lot of, you do not need to know as much as you think you need to know. Like, just let it happen.
That same old message that keeps, you don't
Yeah.
need details, just
Mhm.
just let it happen. You're aware of enough. You can put the pieces together, like what we've just spoken
Mhm.
about.
Mhm.
You can see what you need to see in order to understand
Mhm.
what's unfolded. But isn't it funny that it's like 2-3 weeks later,
Mhm.
it's just like it's taken that time to go through the motions, and you've probably just been in the most intense period of it the last week.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
knew I knew.
There's been many moments of where I feel like I've done something or something hasn't happened. I think there's been something with the timelines for me,
Yeah.
because I've had a lot of deja vu moments within that. But I swear that I sent you that
Well,
those drafts, and um, it was just weird. Even when I went to go back into it, uh, like I had trouble finding everything, and then like in an instant, I found it. It was Yeah, it was so strange, so
well,
strange.
when you're clearing 70 something fucking generations, stuff, the timelines are probably likely to get fucking blurred along the way somewhere, right? Yeah, yeah. But I'm glad that you got to that we just like that you came to this space with what you just came with, because
Mm.
it's really it's really nice for me to witness you move through that, if you know what I mean. Like to hear you just spoke about, and your story time and all of that, like that was really, it's really nice for me, as your friend,
Thank you.
to see that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't intend to roll into it in that way, because I didn't even really know I needed to roll into it that way. But
Yeah.
as these things happen, like it appears that I am not consciously monitoring everything that I'm saying anymore,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
Yeah. You
Like,
just organic. It just flows, and it's what you need
mm,
from your heart. Yeah. I think space just allows for that, doesn't it? We never we're going to talk about. We just come in and go, how's your week? And it's like, oh, fucking well, here we go. Like someone's got a story to tell.
Yep, there's always something happening. And I say that not from a, oh gosh, because you don't want to program that either of it being a drama.
No.
Yes, I don't want to program it that way. But that's why I think, like, even though the way I was describing it was through a heaviness, which is lifting as we're talking, but it is also such a gift and it's so magical to think about. But I think I'm trying to be in the magic of what it is right now. And even though it has its moments, bringing a sense of the magic or the wonder or something to it so that it feels lighter, so that it feels like this is contributing to the way I want to live my life now. And it's the most freedom that I've ever had. And okay, maybe it took me to turn 50 for that to really happen.
Thank you for joining us in this space of truth, reflection, and connection. If today's conversation stirred something within you, we invite you to sit with it, journal on it, or share it with someone who walks the path of self-awareness too.
These conversations are living transmissions, and we are so grateful to be on this journey with you. Until next time, remember your human experience is sacred and you are never walking alone.
With love, Lauren
and Ali.